Hey everyone, I would like to thank Andy Cuckoo for allowing me to participate in the Pumpkin Palooza 2018 $5 Pumpkin DIY Challenge. Thank you so much, Andy Cuckoo, for an open invitation to allow all of us to participate. For my project, I used old fencing boards. I cut a 20-inch, 18-inch, 15-inch, and 10-inch boards. I also used chalk paint to paint my boards. I also needed paintbrushes, aluminum wire, some tags, a sanding block, and some raffia. I also used scissors to do my cutting with. And then in the yard, I gathered up some wood pieces for stems. The first thing I did was to paint my wood pieces. I used three different chalk paints. I used a white, cashew, and elephant. The Those are the colors that I used, and they were all in the Waverly chalk paint brand. I painted one entire side of the board, and then I painted the sides and the top of the board. I left the bottom unpainted because that is where I'm going to attach it to my baseboard. But I painted all three of my 10, 15, and 18-inch pieces. I painted one white, one cashew, and one an elephant. I set those aside to dry and proceeded to make the vines for the top of my pumpkins. This was very easy to do. I just used aluminum wire, twisted it around an ink pen, and then simply snipped it off with scissors. And I made two little vines for each pumpkin that I'm making, a total of 6 vines. Once I cut the vines, I simply painted 2 white, 2 cashew, and 2 elephant to match the boards that I had already painted. Once my boards were dry, I simply took my sanding block and gave it a good sanding around the edges and sanded the top of my board where I had painted just to give it a more weathered and worn look. I just wanted it to look a little distressed. I did this with all three of my boards until I was happy with the way that it looked. I then picked out the wood pieces that I was going to be using for my pumpkin stems. I chose these three, and don't mind my daughter in the background. I added a dab of hot glue to the top of my pumpkin and simply took my stem and added it to the top. This was very easy and simple to do, and it does attach very easy. I did take my scissors and kind of trim it up a little square so it fit flush onto my pumpkin. But overall, I really do like the way that it turned out. Then I took my little vines that I had made and simply hot glued those to the top of my pumpkin. I really like the way this turned out. I think it was just a cute added little touch. I then glued them to my baseboard and added a few embellishments, and this is what it looks like. I was really pleased with the turnout. They're rustic looking, yet very elegant, and I just think they're really pretty. Once again, I would love to thank Annie Cuckoo for allowing me to participate in her open challenge of her Pumpkin Palooza 2018 $5 Pumpkin DIY. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.